Hi there, and here are 5 reasons to buy a Lotus Elise. From every angle, in any light, at any location, this little Lotus looks the part. It has supercar looks with sports car capabilities for Ford Focus money. If you are a shy person, this is not the car for you. Because everywhere you go, people will turn their heads. It is not shouting in your face, but it is definitely teasing you for your attention. But great looks only get you to a certain point, which brings us to reason number 2. So when you finally make your way safely into the car, the very first thing you notice is how empty it actually is. So the first thing you notice is that you've got really hard but really sturdy bucket seats over here. You've got perfectly aligned foot pedals for heel-and-toe footwork, and the steering wheel is really small, but I can imagine also really direct. And there's really nothing else that can distract you in here from the task laying ahead, which is of course driving it. So the first thing you notice when you are on the move is the noise. The soundproofing is, well, it's non-existent really. You hear stones flicking off the bottom plate, you hear the tire noise, you hear wind noise, but all these rather annoying sounds get overwhelmed when you press the pedal on the right. All you have to do is give it a little poke, just like, excuse me, could you please? When you press the pedal on the right, the entire car just wakes up like a happy little puppy, excited to see its owner coming home from work. It just wants you to play with it. It's like, come on, I am ready, play with me, let's do this! Woo! Oh goodness, that engine is so alive when you're on it. The torque is just there. In whatever gear, whatever speed, whatever environment, press the throttle like you just noticed, which I can't do now because there's a car in front of me. It just goes. Oh my god. This is an absolute animal of a car, really. Oh my. And the noise. The engine is just right there. It just explodes in your ear. It's madness, really. But there are some faults. Of course there are. It's a hand-built British sports car. It's impossible for it not to have faults. The seats that I just mentioned, they are terrible on long journeys. Your back is aching after around 3 hours for a lunch stop or a petrol station. The radio, on this car at least, is rubbish. The carpet trimming detaches itself every time I put my foot anywhere near it. And if you have a passenger in the car, you have to touch their arms to change gear. Now, that's alright if you're in the car with a pretty lady. But in the real world, it's probably going to be your mother. And you will feel bloody uncomfortable every time you have to gently stroke their arm to change gear. Now, these days you can get a decent Lotus Elise S1 for around 15 to 20,000 euros. Now, in that price range you might also find the newer S2 model like I've got with me over here. Now, this is also the 111S, which has the more powerful 160 horsepower engine. Now, you might think that's a bit tame, but as you just saw, this car moves like a rampant rabbit. Now, this is only because the car weighs around 800 kilograms, so that means 0 to 60 in around 5 seconds. Now, those are figures that would make a Porsche piss its pants. So in my opinion, if you can live with the rather uncomfortable nature of the car and the lack of its everyday abilities, if you want a proper sports car, the Lotus Elise is the bargain of the century. Now, you might wonder what I'm on about when I talk about the feeling. But when I drive this car, I can't help but imagine that I am in the 1970s and I am a private detective in London, solving many crimes and saving a lot of pretty ladies. I wonder what that would have been like. Over the years, Lotus has built up quite a history. It starred in movies, it won Grand Prix, and the company has a reputation of being unreliable. Some say Lotus stands for lots of trouble, usually serious. And when you get your Lotus on the open road, you're going to feel that history. It's like you feel the history in every panel around you. The history really runs through its veins. And when you, as a driver, connect with the car, you really do feel as one. You really feel special. And then you see your reflection in a shopping mirror. And you just know, when you see yourself driving a Lotus, that you've made the right choice. And when it brings a smile on your face, you know nothing else matters. It is just you and the car. Let me put it to you this way. If you measure a car by its ability to get you from point A to point B, you are probably best off buying a German, Audi, BMW, Mercedes or any other equivalent. But if you measure a car by its ability to give you the purest driving experience, the Lotus Elise is right up there with the best. So guess what I did? I have bought this very Lotus Elise. Yep, it's mine. And I absolutely love it. I never get tired of that noise. Thank you for watching.